Today we are going to make two different Lego pieces. First one we're going to make is the red one, which is a 1x2, and it's a small one. So we're going to open up Inventor and open up a new standard part file. So while that's loading, we're going to look at the measurements, and all the measurements in Inventor are in English units and inches. Legos are measured in metric, but in the future we'll switch from metric to English, but for today we'll just pretend like these are inches. So we're going to make a block that's 15.8 inches long, 3.2 inches tall, and then we're going to use the measurement on this yellow block to give us the width, which is 7.8. So once the Inventor is open, we're going to start a new sketch. We need to think about the right plane to start on. So if we imagine we're going to probably want to make a square first and then build up, because in Inventor we make a sketch and then extrude it and then make a sketch and extrude. So it makes sense to start with the bottom. So for this particular one, we're going to start on this plane, but we could easily do this plane and go sideways and then up. So whatever makes more sense to you. So here's our XZ plane. So we're going to start by making this rectangle for the base, which is 15.8 by 7.8. So we're going to click rectangle, go to the origin, and then left click, and we can see one of the measurements is highlighted in blue. So we'll just type in 15.8, and if you hit tab, it'll go to the other one, and 7.8 is the measurement that we want. And if you hold the scroll button, then you can move the screen around. So 7.8 is going to be our other measurement. Hit enter, and our base is complete. So we're going to hit finish sketch. So now we're going to extrude this up, and we want to go up 3.2. So we're going to hit extrude, and then we could type in 3.2 here or here. Let's do 3.2. Hit OK. And there's most of our block. So now we want to put the circle parts on top of the Lego brick. So we're going to start a new sketch. So we're going to click the top of our block that we just made. And so now we need the measurements for that circle. So the circle is about 5 millimeters, but today it's going to be 5 inches. So we're going to click and then hit 5 and enter. So now we need to center it, and we're going to use the dimension tool to get it exactly where we want. But we need to know how to do it first. So this is going to involve a little bit of math. So we've got a 7.8 wide block, and the circumference of the cylinder we just made is 5. So if we think about it, if we take 5 away from 7.8, then we've got 2.8, and that's spread between this part and this part, so on either side of the cylinder. So that's 1.4 on this side and 1.4 on this side. So it'd be really easy when we do dimension if we could just go from here to the edge of the circle, but Inventor doesn't really like that because it's hard to get the exact edge of the circle, so it likes to make measurements from the center. So we need to figure out what the center of the circle would be. So it's going to be 1.4, and then halfway into the center of the circle, which would be another 2.5. And a cool thing with Inventor is it kind of acts like a calculator. So we're going to click on the top and click here, bring it over. Now we're going to click on that. So we said it was 1.4, and then you just hit plus, shift plus 2.5, hit enter, and it adds it together for you, which is 3.9. And it should be the same the other way. So we're going to hit dimension, hit this side, center of the circle, and then put it up. And then same measurement, 3.9. And that should put it directly in the center. So we're going to do that again down here. So we'll hit circle, 5, enter, and now we're going to dimension it. So dimensioning it tells Inventor exactly where you want things. And so if you tried to put another dimension on this top circle that contradicted what we already put in, Inventor will give you an error message and say, hey, you've already dimensioned it. So let's do 3.9. Okay, that's already in the right spot. And then we'll dimension again from here to here. Oops. Here. Here. Oops, it's not liking something. Anytime Inventor isn't doing what you want, if you hit escape, that usually fixes the problem. One more time. Here, here, here we go. Okay, 3.9. And we'll hit finish sketch. Okay, so now we've got the drawings for our cylinders. So we're going to hit extrude. We need to know how far first. So let's find a measurement. So 1.7 is our measurement. So we'll extrude, and then we'll just type in 1.7. And so we want to do the other one as well. So I could have clicked on the other circle at the same time when I did the other extrusion. But we're going to use this navigator over here called browser. And if you right click on part and then expand all children, this is everything that we've done so far. And if you kind of run your mouse over the different parts, you can highlight in the part that we want. So that circle popped up again. So that's under sketch 2. So we're going to right click sketch 2 and click share sketch. So now we can see that one again. So now we're going to hit extrude, click on that. Our measurement from before is already in. Click OK. That's it. We're done. And then if you hit shift and that middle scroll button on your mouse, you can move it around and see what we've done.